Hey everybody, Ben here. Today I wanted to do a video on how to replace the nozzle on the Neptune 4 and Neptune 4 Pro. And this would apply to Neptune 4 Max and Plus. So on my review for the Neptune 4 Pro, a lot of people were asking how do I change the nozzle on the Neptune 4 Pro to the hardened steel nozzle, which I had shown in the video, which I'm reviewing right now. And so with that, you're going to need nozzle for the 4 Pro. And for there, you can see on my microscope, this is the stock nozzle that comes with it, and then that's a Mark 8. So it's not a standard nozzle, it's a proprietary nozzle, which you'll need to get. And I'm going to be upgrading it to the hardened steel CHT version. So you're also going to need a few tools. So once you've got your nozzle, you're going to need a 6mm socket. You're going to need a pair of pliers. Now, because of the park cooling fans, grabbing the heat brake so you can loosen the nozzle with a large pair of pliers like these or an adjustable wrench is kind of a hassle, so we're not going to need these. What you are going to need to do though is heat up the hot end. You want it to be nice and hot so it thoroughly melts everything inside so you can remove the filament in the nozzle. So for that, you can go to the prepare menu on the screen, prepare, temperature, and set it to 250. You don't need to heat up the heat bed for this. So that's at 250 right now. Then you can also move it. So in the move menu, you can move it up like this by pressing the button a bunch of times when it's set to 10mm. Or when it's turned off, or if you disable steppers, you can move it by grabbing the timing belt and slowly moving it across. If you move it too quickly, you can cause it to the steppers to generate electricity, which can damage your motherboard. What I'm going to do is I've just got it in the fluid web clipper interface, and I'm just going to send it up 200mm here. So once that's up to the top, I'm just going to grab this silicone end that's on the covering the hot brake and the nozzle. Before I do that, I just realized I have to take out the filament. So to remove the filament, once it's nice and hot, you just pull this tab, pull it out, and it's nice and hot. So for this PLA, it'll come right out. Now I'm going to grab my pliers, and I'm just going to remove that silicone cover. Now be careful, this silicone cover is quite hot. So that's off. Just going to set that over there. Now I can grab my socket and my pliers, my needle nose pliers. And so what I want to do is I want to grab the the hot brake there. And so that'll make sure it doesn't move, or I can make sure it doesn't move when I try and loosen it. This way I don't put all the torque into the entire assembly and just the nozzle. So boom, there we go. Now I can let go of this because it's not that much torque to remove the nozzle from the threading here. And so it's quite a long nozzle, so it screw for a while. And now this is very hot. So if you have like a little ceramic dish or just a little dish, you can put that in, that's good. I don't have one here, so I'm just gonna put it on my my high temperature soldering mat here. Pliers. So now we're ready to put in a new nozzle. And so, and this, be careful, this will be hot as well. So here I've got my nozzle. It's the CHT kind, hardened steel. So I'm just going to put this in the tip of the socket, like the plastic in there, and I'm just going to go up to it and I'm going to thread it in like that. And I don't have the pliers out just yet because I'm not putting that much torque. I'm just getting in. Now before it starts to like really tighten, I'm going to grab my pliers. Now you want to tighten it about 1.5 Newton meters. Now, unless you have a torque wrench, that's going to be pretty hard to verify, but just enough. You don't want to over tighten it, and you want it to just feel right. Like, there we go. So now the nozzle is installed. I can put the filament back in the thing here, and just to verify, there we go. And if you see at the bottom here, filament is indeed coming out. You probably saw some smoke just there. That is from the nozzle, just some factory stuff on it. It's nothing to be worried about unless it's really, really smoking. Yeah, there we go. So now the nozzle is replaced. Now the last step is to put this silicone cover back on. I'm gonna let this cool down first because when it's hot, you can easily burn yourself, and I've done that before. So you want to make sure that the thing is cooled down, or you're just really careful with your pliers. So yeah, that is how to replace the nozzle. And yeah, Thanks for watching.